Love you the most. Love you the most.
She said I don't have to work out today. I want to go over a few different ways to use the leg press, kind of how to set yourself up for it and what to look out for. So we're lucky here because we have several different kinds of leg presses. I like this one a lot because there's a lot that you can do with it, but there's nothing wrong with a flat platform. A flat and wide platform is going to probably be the best, but this one's really fun for a couple of reasons. So I want to show you. Depending on kind of what you're going for here, you can bias the glute, you can bias the actual tendons in your knees, you can bias your quads. We'll save that one for the outtakes. First one I'll show you is quad bias. And really, when you think about biasing your quads, you want to grow the front side of your legs. You want to think about really bringing your knees over your toes as far as you can. Maximize that knee flexion, maximize that ankle flexion. So you can play around with your stance here. We're going to start with a narrow stance because this is going to really get into these quads. I like to set my feet up about a fist width apart at the ball of my foot on the lower side of the platform, again, because we're going to really try to bring our knees as far over the toes as we can. So a couple things you want to remember about your actual torso. Again, that core is so important in everything that you do. So nice and tight. As I'm doing that, I'm pushing my lumbar spine down into the seat. So I'm nice and stable here. So when you come down, you want to make sure you start by externally rotating those femur bones. Again, we don't want our knees caving in. So corkscrew those out. Stay nice and strong in your feet. Open the knees and slowly come down. So you can come down as far as your mobility will allow you to. So if you see that your hips start to roll up, some people you get here and you see this start to happen, that's a big no-no. That's how people blow out their backs doing things. So make sure you stay nice and tight. Here, open up those femurs at the hips. Down, 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 down. Let the knees come forward. Stay tight here as far as you can go. And press up. We're never locking out our knees at the top, especially when this platform is loaded. Staying tight, keeping tension in those quads throughout the whole movement. So when you're set up in this position as well, this is a really fantastic way to prep your knees for any type of leg day. I think everyone should be doing some type of general maintenance for your tendons. As bodybuilders, we want to get really big and strong and have nice big muscles, but we need to take care of our tendons as well. If your muscles are getting so big, your tendons can't keep up, you're going to end up with little nagging injuries that become bigger injuries. So if we want to bias the glute a little bit more, this is where this one's fun because we can get up on this high part of the platform here. Play around with your stance and your angles. You can do a nice narrow stance here. You can also come out nice and wide here. Definitely going to feel this a little bit more in the adductors. You'll be able to really drive those knees out, get the upper outer glute. All the same principles are going to apply here. Instead of bringing the knees over the toes, we're keeping a nice vertical shin path, which is going to bias that glute a little bit more. Making sure that I'm keeping my lumbar nice and tight up against this pad. Nice tight core. So play around with that, play around with the angle, play around with all that stuff. Personally, I feel my glutes the best with somewhat of a narrow stance, just trying to get my knees to come out towards my shoulders. I feel this so good, like in my glutes, but everyone's different. Make sure that those hips don't come up off the platform.